Hello my lovely nail crew. I've got a special video for you guys today. Today we are going to be doing a video on reverse stamping. One of my lovely subscribers, Chase, had asked me a few questions on how to do the reverse stamping because he was having some issues with it. Now this is my little bestie. I just love him so much. Anyways, I wanted to do a video for him and try to help him with his reverse stamping, and that way he can get all his nail goodies out and we can do this together. So there's a few ways that you can do reverse stamping. You could use your, whatever, you can do it with regular polish or you can do it with gel polish. Gel polish is a little bit easier because it has its own base coat. But if you are using regular polish, just keep in mind that you do need a base coat. I use a base coat anyways. First of all, I'm going to be using this plate here from Beauty Big Bang. And this is XL007. Beautiful plate. Really love this plate. If you love magical unicorns, you will love this plate. But we want a plate that you can color in the images. I use a lot of polishes that I don't use anymore sometimes, or new polishes. You can use any type of polish. Just keep in mind, if you are using an old polish, if it's too thick, then the image is going to be really lumpy on the nail, so keep that in mind. If you do, you might want to thin it down with a polish thinner, but we'll be using these ice, and we'll be using the Color Club today. And I also have some Broadway with me as well. I'm going to be using this stamper head here. Of course, I need to clean it. But I'm using a clear stamper. That way I can see the image, and that way when I go to turn the image around, I can actually look through the stamper and see the image, what it's going to look like when you place it on the nail. Which is a good thing, because you can see what your colors look like. You can see what the image is, if it's all the way colored in or not. So it's totally up to you whether you want to use a clear or if you want to use just a regular stamper. Alright, so you also need a lint roller as well, and I'm just going to go and clean off my stamper head really well. Get that prepped up and ready to go. Alright, so I have that ready now. And I'm just going to be using my Maniology. I love this little card. I know it's little, but I just love this little card because it's firm and it's not too firm and it's not too soft. And I think that's ideal for stamping, so that's what I like to use. Alright, so I'm going to set this plate to the side because the first thing we're going to do is pick out what color that you want your base to be. I'm going to be using my Vanilla base coat to put on these nails. got my hand here, and I have cured both layers for 60 seconds. Now at this point you need to decide what you're going to be doing with this. If you're going to be applying, say you want to do chrome powders, or if you want to do full on this, that way before you stamp you're ready to go. Me personally, I'm just going to do an easy set here for you, that way you can, you know, watch, and then I don't want to make it too difficult for you at this point. But like I said, at this point you need to decide, you know, if you're going to be using full over it, if you're going to be using glitter over it, or if you're going to be using pigment. You know, you can do that now. Alright, so these have a tacky layer on it. So I'm just going to put this hand to the side because I'm actually going to use that tacky layer. So I've got my stamper, I've got my card, my lint roller, and I have got my stamping plate. And what you need to do now is take a paper towel, and you need, you don't have to use a paper towel now. You can use lint wipes, cotton balls, whatever you want to use at this time. Take it and put some acetone on it, pure acetone. And you just want to wipe your plate really gently with it. Sometimes that can be a big problem with your pickup with your stamper if your plates aren't clean. So you need to make sure that you're cleaning them very well with acetone before you stamp on them. Another thing that can be a problem is if your stamper head is not clean. You also want to make sure you take it out and you want to roll on the edges. You just want to clean it really good, and you can even take it and wash it with with warm soap, soapy water. Lord, I might get it out, guys. But you want to make sure that you're cleaning this stamper really well, because what happens sometimes when you're using stampers over and over and over, they can get oils from your hand, things like that. So you want to make sure it's really clean. So another thing with stamping plates that you need to keep in mind, sometimes certain stamping plates, you have to try different ways. Sometimes it may not be your plate, sometimes it could be the stamper. If you're not having a good pickup, try scraping it a different way than what you was scraping. If that doesn't do anything, if you still can't get the pickup, you need to probably change your stamper. I know that sounds weird, but it's, you know, it is a big factor. Sometimes these plates for some reason are hard to pick up sometimes. I've never had a problem with Beauty Big Bang though. I have to say, their plates I've always used a clear stamper head, never had a problem. But now, knock on wood, because I'm not going to say that and then watch me not be able to pick it up now. But anyways, if you do have a couple of extra stampers, you might want to set them to the side just to be on the safe side. That way, if it doesn't work for you, you can try a different stamper head. I've, you know, made sure I've got everything good and clean. I've got my Beauty Big Bang black stamping polish. I really like their stamping polish. It's really pigmented and really easy to pick up. And I have 3 different stampers because I also want to pick up more than one image. So it helps a lot to have more than one stamper if possible. I mean, you can set and wait for each one to dry. But if you have more than one stamper, you can stamp several images and color them in. Another thing that you will be needing that I forgot to mention till just now was if you have, I call it a palette. It's just a little metal palette. Of course, it needs to be clean because I had gel on it. But anyways, I use it to put my polishes on. Now, if you don't have a palette or you don't have, you know, anything to put this on, you can easily put it on your silicone mat. You can actually lay the colors on your silicone mat and color in your images. And if you do not have that, you can use anything, a plate, whatever you have that you can put a palette down on of what. My first image, I want to do this one here. And I'm just gonna like make sure it's like a. Alright. Now you want to just gently roll. Don't push down, just gently roll over top of it. And you're going to pick that image up. Now go ahead and take your card, your scraper card, and go ahead and remove anything that is on that stamper that you're not going to be wanting to put on the nail. Sometimes it'll always come off, sometimes it won't. If not, you can use your lint roller and you can remove that excess. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do this next image. I'm just going to put it right here, and I'm going to try my best not to touch that other image. Take my card. Now, you don't want your card straight up and down like this. You want to add an angle. And you just want to kind of just pull the polish. Don't push down too hard. And once again, you're just going to barely roll over top of it. And it's going to pull that image lightly with a light touch, guys. Don't push. Pull up anything that you don't want. And you have a perfect image. You guys can see that. I'm going to show you the other one too. Or maybe I should show you like this. See, you have a perfect image. Alright, so my next one I'm going to do is this one here. And I'm just going to slowly, lightly pull this over. And I'm just going to take my stamper and I'm just going to slowly go over it. Now see, it didn't stamp at all on top of that. See, that's what I'm saying. Depending on how you're scraping sometimes, or it could depend. And I'm going to show you what I mean, because I'm going to show you my... See, that's what it picked up. It didn't hardly pick up anything. And that's okay. I mean, we learn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some paper towel. And I am going to wipe that off. And I'm going to scrape it a different way. I'm kind of glad it did that, because I wanted you all to see scrape downwards. So I'm just going to fill this in. And I'm actually going to scrape it down this way. And I'm going to... And that actually picked up. Okay. I'm going to take my card. And I'm going to... Now I know it's a little hard to see because it's on that holographic, but it actually picked up perfect that time. And I'm going to show you. Like I said, this is the only thing that I don't like about this stamper is those little holographic flakes you cannot see. Picked up perfect that time. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and stamp that on, because actually I'm not going to be coloring that in. And where this has a tacky layer, it will pull that image off of the stamper. So now you just need to make sure that all the little pieces are laying down on the nail. There's a little piece that's kind of... Alright guys, so I am going to fast forward this part a little bit for you guys. That way this video is going to be a long video anyways. But right now I want you to go ahead and start coloring in your images, because they should be dry by now. Your outline should be. So what you're going to do is get your palette out, start putting your colors down, and start painting in the images. Now, if you're not too sure what it looks like, if you're using a clear stamper, you can actually turn it around and look through the bottom and see if you've missed any edges or anything like that. If not, just continue to paint in your image and, just look really closely to make sure you've got close to your edges. And go ahead and do all that now, and I will meet you back when I get all mine painted in. I'm going to do this one first, but if you're using regular polish, you need to go ahead and apply your regular base coat now. And you're going to let it kind of semi-dry for about maybe 60 seconds. Alright, so I am actually going to figure out which ones I want this on. I think I'm going to put this one right here. And now, like I said, this has a tacky layer, so it's going to pull this image off. I'm just lining it up to where I want it. And I'm going to gently push down, make sure it's on there, and then I'm going to pull up my image. So you should have an image like this right here. Now what I'm going to do is make sure it's all pressed down. I'm just going to push on it just a little bit, very lightly. Make sure the edges are pushed down. And I'm just going to figure out which way I want it. And I'm going to press it down. Let's see. Maybe like that. I'll press down, and you should have an image like that. Actually, let me hold this. Sorry, sometimes these things can be out of sorts sometimes. But I'm just going to place it. Oh, that's not working either. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get it as close as I can to the cuticle. Oh gosh, I knew I'd get my finger in that. I think I just messed it up. I did. Wow, all that work. It's okay, because I think I'm just going to cover it up. You're done. It should look like this right here. Alright, so now I'm going to be taking, you can either use matte top coat or you can do a glossy top coat, whichever one you decide to do. I think I'm going to be doing a matte top coat, and I'm going to be using Model 1s. Now let me explain to you when using top coats. You can use smudge free top coat, you can use regular top coat if you like. If you're using a gel top coat, be extremely careful, because sometimes top coats can pull the image and make it smear, smudgy. I'm going to show you what I like to do. And still sometimes it does smudge, but that's okay. I like to take a bunch, pretty much. Not like a bunch, not like going to drown your cuticle or not like that, but I like to take enough right in the middle and just kind of barely pull it on the nail. So that is the images there. And like I said, I don't know why, but gel top coat does tend to make it smear. I don't really know why it does, but it does. It makes some of the images smear. It didn't do it too bad on this one, but anyways, guys, that is how you reverse stamp. And alright, guys, so this is what I came up with. This is my reverse stamping. I think it turned out really, really cute, and I like the matte effect. I'm really into matte right now. Super, super cute. Love it. Alright, guys, so I think I'm going to do this in a series. So the next one I'll be doing is on my silicone mat and on the stamper again. Show you different ways that you can make decals. That way you can apply them to the nail. So anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to go check out my friend Chase and his channel, because he has a nail channel just as well. Does a lot of awesome nail art and stamping. Beautiful soul, let me tell you, I just love watching him and watching his videos. I will link him down in the video in the description box below for you guys. That way you can go over and check his channel out too. Give him some love and support. And you guys have a great day. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button. Those of you that are subscribed, I just want to say I love you all and thank you so much. And you guys have a great day. Bye.